Ayo, new day, new verses. We continue on into Deuteronomy. Today we're going to be picking up with chapter 6, verses 1 through 3. Father God, thank you. Thank you that you are Emmanuel. Thank you that you are with us. Thank you that even when the trials and the storms are difficult, you are with us. Thank you that even when the pain is there, whatever that pain may be, physical, emotional, spiritual, those difficult things we go through, that you are with us. That though we may walk through that shadowed valley, we need no fear or no evil. If you're with us, we're passing through it, on our way to the promised land. So Lord, help us live it. Help us claim what you have called us to. In Jesus' name, amen. Chapter 6, verses 1 through 3. Now this is the mitzvah, the laws and rulings which Yahweh your God ordered me to teach you, for you to obey in the land you are crossing over to possess, so that you will fear Yahweh your God and observe all of his regulations and mitzvot that I am giving you, your children, and your grandchild, as long as you live, and so that you will have long life. Therefore listen, Israel, and take care to obey, so that things will go well with you, and so that you will increase greatly, as Yahweh your God, as Yahweh, the God of your ancestors, promised you, by giving you a land flowing of milk and honey. And I wanted to pause here because there's so much to unpack. Right, not only do you have this kind of reframe of, hey, let's just keep in mind that, the way the Lord is doing it, the reminder of, hey, this is the laws, like going back to the different parts of the stories, right, with Exodus and Numbers. Here's event, couple laws, whoops, couple laws, whoops, couple laws, whoops, kind of pointing out the fact of truism that I don't know if we quite established that. You can't legislate morality. People are always going to do what they're going to do, and the more you make it a no-no to do, the more people are going to want to do it simply because they're told not to. It's psychology. We do what we know we're not supposed to, and we're tempted by it. It's a lovely little apple motif again. You say, no, don't do this, you can't. People are naturally going to just defy, just to rebel against authority, just to kind of repeat that natural human behavior, which is part of why I love this text so much. Because it's meditations and observations on not just the human behavior, but the response of the God of the universe to it. The idea of, well, let's look at it this way. You can't wipe them out because it kind of defeats the point of doing it along with them, doesn't it? Here, can't legislate morality because kind of shows that free will is still a thing, and if you're going to respect it, you have to let people do with it no matter what the laws are. So the laws point out this is what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. You can't wipe them out if you want to actually work with them. So something has to be done to set this story right, to help to fix. Because clearly it doesn't matter the kings, doesn't matter the prophets, doesn't matter the reminders, whatever that Elijah may be at the time in that season. Doesn't matter. People continue to wander and flounder and flippantly, asking the king of the universe, give us bread. Moses gave our ancestors bread. Mate, you're missing the point. You're focusing on the food that comes in your mouth and out the back end. You're not focusing on the bread that's needed to eat. A bread provided by the Father. The man does not live on bread alone, but every word that comes from the mouth of God. There's a reason that when we get into doing something that's related to our muchness, we could do it for decades and forget to eat. When loved ones and people close to us say, hey, you haven't eaten in days, right? I haven't? No. Oh. Well, crap. I should probably do that, huh? There's a reason for it. Because that core idea is that God has made us for something incredible, something beautiful, something wonderful, and we're actually doing it with him, playing, getting to do that garden living. It's wonderful. And I'm talking to believers on this one. Because this is about the unforced rhythms of grace. This is about finding peace in the muchness we've been given. This is about walking everything, doing our walking, our sleeping, our coming, our going. All of it is unto the Lord. Because remember what we read Friday. And if you didn't see it in the long form videos, it's because it's marked as a short, because apparently anything under 3 minutes is a short now on YouTube for some reason. But it's right there under shorts, digging in for chapter 6, verses 1 through 19. We went through Friday. And spending time looking at the beauty of it, looking at the invitation. I mean, even just right here, right? Mitzvah and mitzvot. The laws. And so we're getting right here. This is the law, so you understand the laws. This is the core, so you understand the mass. And this, the next one up is going to be the Shema. And so it's right there that even in Moses' day, he's like, hey, if you want one peg, right there. Oh, okay. Yeah. Number 2 is way back in Leviticus. Wait, what do you mean? Well, it's a manual for priests, right? Yeah. Aren't we a kingdom of priests? Behavior, not action. Oh, so not all of us are going to be sacrificing. No. Oh, so that's what this whole Nazarite vow is, right? Mm-hmm. So that you can be as like the high priest even if you don't have the office. So that you can live as a kingdom of priests even in the now and not yet. It's offered there, here, to his ancient Israel. Now, in this side of the cross, this side of grace, this side of resurrection, this side of the King of the universe saying, I will take care of this. I will take care of you. The punishment you want dealt out, I'll take it. The punishment that needs to be dealt out, I'll deal it. And in one swift, precise, exact moment that has been prophesied for hundreds of years, thousands, going all the way back to Eve with the seed of the woman, to that very moment in Calvary, where God said, all of the crime, all of the punishment, all of it is dealt with. It is finished. This game is done. Are you done playing it? You want to do something new? You want to live a new way? You want to do new creation style? Now this bit is for the non-believers, because this is the way we do it over here. We leave the old person dead in the shallow grave, not being attacked by a zombie horde of past, actually leaving it there, dead, trusting that God will put it down fully, and that when we release it to him, he gets rid of it. Removes the skeletons, gets rid of the baggage, heals the wounds, binds them up, heals the scars, blesses them, creates us anew so that we live differently, that we live whole, that we live as new. So we get to do it if we will turn to the Lord who is with us. And then right here, giving them to them and their children and their grandchildren, talking to all the people who are left, all of the ones left from that 19 years and younger that have been walking with Grandpa Moses all these years. Well, hey, here we go. The lot of you. As long as you live, keep this in mind. As long as you live past these stories down, as long as you live past the memory, the reminder of the rescue from Egypt, and we were once slaves and no more. The rescue and return from Babylon, where we sold ourselves into slavery chasing after idols, and we were rescued by the God who said, I'm not going to leave you there. Remembering those places in the wilderness where we thought there wouldn't be a drop of water to sustain us, and there it came from the rock, our rock. The one not carved by human hands that destroys the kingdoms of this world and becomes a massive mountain, where on it all things are seen too. For on the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh, Yarah, the Lord sees to it. We get to live so much differently. These stories where we were seen to by the one who sees us, passing them on, passing them forward, not just Israel, till that we have these stories today. So that we have the Old Testament, as we call it, the Tanakh, as it is in the Hebrew, that we have these stories, that we have history, that archaeology is only recently finding discoveries of, because, well, let's face it, it's a tribe of nomads. I mean, Jerusalem was given to Benjamin at Joshua's day, and it wasn't conquered until David's. So yeah, you're looking for the archaeological record of a bunch of nomads. You don't necessarily have the skills for that or the technology until recently. So the only reason we have these stories now is because exactly what was said was done. Pass them on, pass them to the next generation. Remember who you are. Remember who he is. Remember the different way of doing it so that we truly are emissaries, kingdom of priests, wild and natural olive branches alike grafted into the same wondrous tree. Vine and branch alike united, putting forth great and wondrous fruit. Healing in the leaves, fruit for every season. Used in the now and the not yet. Living in such a way that people can see the name of the Lord and praise. Because as we Nasa, we worship our Nisi. As we lift up, as we exalt, We exalt the one who is our banner. We lift up the one who sets us whole, and we live in such a way that it's no longer a wait. That's how Christians believe? It's a, no, we need help. Go find a Christian. Stuff has gone bad, horribly bad. Find a believer. Everything went diagonal, sideways, upside down, and rammed me through. I'm going to go find a believer. Because they're going to take me to my king. They're going to take me to Christ. They're going to take me to the one who can set it right. I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to be beaten. I don't have to be struggling. I don't have to be warned anymore. Because the person who knew led me. Because the person who understood met me. Because the person who dealt with my kind of broken said, I see it. You don't belong there. Not any more than I did, So let's go. Let's go to the King of Glory. Let's go to the King of Life. Let's go to the one who sees us where we are, takes us to where we are meant to be, and never leaves us the same. The Lord of hosts, the God of all creation, the Emmanuel. Passing these stories on, listening, heeding, and walking into that promised land where milk and honey flow freely. If there is milk flowing freely, there is new life. If there is honey abounds, then there's not just animal life, there's fauna and flora. Plants and animals. A whole area, like it was described when Lot went after Sodom and Gomorrah in the first place. It was like the Garden of Eden, well-watered, taken care of. This beautiful place. It's like this beautiful place that we were given that we have led to destruction because corporate greed meant more than life. Because money meant more than purpose. Because prestige and position meant more than joy. Meant more than muchness. Meant more than being human. And so we forgot. And we fell away. And the children, they wander off. And the grandchildren, they get lost. And we end up waiting for God to bring all the prodigals home. Because we forgot to Shema. Because we forgot to listen. Because we forgot to respond. Because we forgot to take care to obey the core words of truth in this beautiful library, whether it is a codex or a library of scrolls. These beautiful words of love, of mercy, of grace. Words that the God of all creation wants to make us whole. When we forget that, when we forget the story, when we forget that we were all once, as Romans says, making ourselves enemies of God. When we forget we were once the one using clubs to strike the crown upon his head, spitting in his face, shooting dice over his one-piece robe after everything else had been divvied up. When we forget this story, we ask the same taunting question they did. You really the King of the Jews? You really Messiah? You really King? When we forget to pass it on, it's easy to wander off. And a sheep without a shepherd is food. So what's it going to be? Wait for that wolf, that dragon, that beast, that monstrous bear, pick an image. There's a reason that Daniel has it as too horrible to be conceived. Same as John as well. Are we going to be food for that beast called sin and failure? The failure to listen, the failure to respond, the failure to heed, the failure to really take in and commit ourselves wholeheartedly to listening to him, to actually shemaing, to loving him and to loving others. That other tent peg. Are we going to live it? Or are we going to throw our banner into the mud? Are we going to strike our king upon his crown of thorns? Are we going to spit in the face of the one who calls us home? Whether it be refusing to hear the call as the stubborn prodigal, or being hard-hearted as the brother who stayed. What'll it be? is we can either embrace and rejoice in the Father's love, remember our story, pass it on to the next generation, and watch as the Lord abounds. It's so much. Or we continue the path of diminishing returns, where nations go from centuries, like the Roman Empire, to Britain with its, 600? It's the American Empire, hoping we make it to 250. The drain circles, because human beings are really good at building towers to places they want. And right now, we want Sheol by our actions as a world. And this right here is called the believers. If we live differently, will it be forever? We're not waiting to pull the life jacket to bounce. We're emissaries in Babylon, showing the world that you don't have to live like it. Because this whole thing, waiting for it to be made new, doesn't mean we leave it to rot. It means we work to renew it while we wait for his return. So that the muchness we have, the talents that we've been given, can be invested, used. That as we are blessed, we can bless others. It's not a hard thing as far as complexity go. It's a hard thing because of its simplicity. And it's only able to be done by the one who made us in the first place. The God-shaped hole in our heart filled by the one who made us in the first place. If we want freedom, believers, we know it. You go to him. If you want freedom, unbelievers, you go to him. We know this. If we live this, the world will change. I know because I see it every day. I walk it out. Whether it is a day full of the angriest people you can imagine, and walking out the side knowing that every single one of them left with a smile. Every single one of them left more gentle than they came in. And it had nothing to do with me, and everything to do with me. Everything in that I chose to live what I believe. Nothing in that I let him live it for me so that I actually could. Walking together like a three-legged race. Difference is that he's the one leading. So when we do, we'll go where we look. And if we're not looking right at him as he walks us, not listening to his voice as he steers us, not trusting him to lead us, we will end up in a pile of whatever round thing idols we're interested in next. Looking around, never satisfied, wondering what's the point, until we lock eyes with what matters. Seek it, find it, and commit in our hearts that he is the one we want. May his favor be upon you. Know that you're loved. God willing, I'll see you then.